All right, so the ellipse x squared plus x squared over 16 plus y squared over 4, just to review, this is what we did yesterday. The center is at 0, 0, and your a, the bigger number is 16, so if you take the square root of this is your a value, and the b value is the smaller number, that would be the square root of 4, which is 2. So, because the bigger number is underneath the x, it has a horizontal orientation. In other words, it's going to be elongated on the x-axis. From the center, you're going to go 4 units this way, 4 units that way. From the center to the vertex, these two are vertices. These two are co-vertices. Okay? So from the center to 4, 0, that's an endpoint or vertex, and negative 4, 0 is a vertex or an endpoint. Your co-vertices would be 0, 2 and 0, negative 2. Now, just so you remember, on the major, this is your major axis. Your major axis is 8 units. It's 2 times A. 2A is your major axis. And your minor axis is 2B. So your minor axis is 4 units. Now, on your major axis is your foci, your fixed points. And the relationship is a squared minus b squared equals c squared. So if you want to find out where the fixed points are, you take these two numbers, that's your a squared, that's your b squared, you're going to subtract them. So 16 minus 4 is 12. So c squared is 12, so c is the square root of 12. What is the square root of 12?
2 root 3.
Okay, so 2 root 3, let's convert it into a decimal. It's about 3.5. So where is, or where are, I should say, your fixed points at 3.5? So it's about right, here's your c value, and here's your c value. It's hard to see, these are small boxes. So right there, these are your 2 c values. Now, another thing that we're going to ask you to find is the area of an ellipse. Do you guys remember what the area of a circle is? What's the formula for area of a circle?
Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. The area of an ellipse is pi AB. What's the A value? 4. What's the B value? 2. So pi times 4 times 2. Just leave it as 8 pi. So the area is another thing that you guys need to know how to do. Okay, let's try number 2. Make sure you can do this one. What's your A value? 5. It's this, no, I'm sorry. I lied, it's 10. It's the square root of 100, that's A. B is 5. The bigger number is the A value, so square root of 100 is 10. So the bigger number is under Y, so this one's going to be shaped like that. It's going to have a vertical orientation. So it's going to be from the center, at your center, you're going to go 10 units up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, negative 10, and then 5. Okay, so if I asked you where the fixed points are, would you be able to plot them? Sure. You're going to take these two numbers and subtract them. A squared minus b squared equals c squared. So 100 minus 25 is 75, and the square root of 75 is? Square root of 75 is 8.66. So here are your fixed points. Remember, your fixed points are always on your major axis. So from here to here this is negative root 75. This is positive root 75 or approximately 8.6. What if I asked you what the area of this is? It'd be pi times 5 times 10, or 50 pi. Area is 50 pi on that one. And the last one, how would you solve this one when both the coefficients in front of x and y are different? Are you going to divide everything by 3 like you did with the circle?
No.
You're going to divide by 12. So you get x squared over 4 plus y squared over 3 equals 1. Now this one, the a value is 2, the b value is the square root of 3, which is about 1.7. So you're going to go 2 units this way, 2 units that way, 1.7 this way, 1.7 that way, and here's your graph. So if I asked you what's the area, area is pi times 2 times root 3. And it'd probably look better if you wrote 2 root 3 pi. And if you wanted to find the c value would be somewhere on this x-axis. And you would take these and subtract them. Actually, it's 1 unit, because 4 minus 3 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. So here are your fixed points right here, at negative 1, 0, and 1, 0. And the last new bit of information. There's a point on your major axis called your fixed point, your C value, your foci. And there is a chord that goes perpendicular through the major axis. It's called the latus rectum. It's a chord. And the length of that chord is 2b squared over a. So if you cut that in half, you will get these two ordered pairs. So if from here to here is C, here to here is C, this ordered pair, if you took 2b squared over a and cut it in half, you would get b squared over a here and negative b squared over a here. These are two endpoints of the latus rectum. Okay? So the latus rectum is a chord that goes through, it's perpendicular to the major axis. The major axis is the a value, the 2a. It goes through the c value, and it touches the ellipse at the ends right there. So if this is c, this would be negative c. This point would be negative c, comma, b squared over a. And this one would be negative c, comma, negative b squared over a. That's what that point would be. So they may ask you to find these points right here. So for homework, you've got 5 problems to do on the back. And that's it.